wa Zambia. Wako wawili. Mwenzake yule pale yule Ankana Tush wa Zambia. Wa Somalia wale wanambudu. Wa Tanzania Devota. Ndio simama. Sasa. Good morning. I think we're ready to start. I hope you had a lovely evening and you're well rested for our final lap. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to start with the introduction of the chapters represented here. Apologies, we did not do that yesterday, but I think today most people are here and we're all, I believe all the chapters are now represented. So as I mentioned the chapter, the representative or the head of delegation needs to stand up. We'll pass the microphone so that you can introduce yourself. So we'll start with Angola. We have Angola in the room. Kindly raise your hand so that we can pass the microphone. She's not, okay, she's not in. Okay, we can go back to her. Comoros. Comoros? Do I see a hand? She's not yet in. Okay. Djibouti. Do we have Djibouti in the house? Okay. Ethiopia? Okay.
Okay. Again, good morning, everybody. I am Ingida Mamuye. You can call me Ingida. I'm from Ethiopia. I'm Ethiopian National Chapter Chairperson. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
So next we have Kenya.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Fiona Mbandi from Kenya, Kenyan chapter chair, and welcome everybody. I hope you're enjoying yourselves and learning something. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Madagascar.
Hi everybody. My name is Dina Rakut Malala. You can call me Dina. I am the chair of Madagascar chapter. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you, Dina. Next we have Malawi.
Good morning. My name is Daina Balara, Chairperson Malawi Women's Chapter.
Thank you. Thank you, Malawi. Next we have Mauritius. Mauritius.
Good morning, everybody. I think I've talked with almost everyone. I hope so. If not, apology, I'll try to make it for today. So I'm Priscilla Romo, Chair of Women's Mauritius. Thank you.
Thank you, Mauritius. Next is Namibia. Namibia. I think, yes, Mama Lorraine.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Lorraine Masiza. I'm the immediate past president of WOMESA. I'm not just representing Namibia, but the chair for Namibia caught COVID. She couldn't come. So I'm not representing the country. I'm representing the ex-presidency. Thank you.
Thank you, Lorraine. Nice to have you with us. Next is Seychelles. Seychelles. At the back there.
Good morning, all of you.
Good morning.
My name is Miss Derika Figao, representing Seychelles WOMESA Chair. Nice to meet you, all of you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Next we have Somalia.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Sagal. I'm WOMESA Chair Somalia. Thank you.
Thank you, Somalia. Next we have South Africa. Sibiso.
Thank you. And we don't have a chairperson. We fell along the cracks for some time, and then we will be relaunching the WOMESA South African chapter in August of 2022. So it's an open invite to all of you, but then we'll extend a formal invite accordingly from the Minister of Transport. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Sipiso. That's good to hear. Next we have Tanzania. Devota or Fortunata? Okay. Oh, yes.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Fortunata Makoi Kakwaya, Chairperson of Tanzania chapter. In Tanzania, we are very happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanzania. Next we have Uganda.
Hello everyone, I'm Sandra Munduru, Chairperson WOMESA Uganda, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Uganda. Next we have Zambia.
Asubuhi wote. Morning everyone. Morning. My name is Derika Nayamoyo, and I'm the chairperson for Zambia chapter.
Thank you, Zambia. Next we have Zimbabwe, last but not least.
Good morning, everyone. It's such a great pleasure to be here. As Zimbabwe, for now, we don't have a chapter. So we have been given the challenge to pull up our socks and be in line with the other nations. Thank you.
Madam Pia says, and you will be the chair for you, so it's up to you to take the initiative. Thank you so much. Yeah, we had not done Angola, Comoros, so if you're in the room, kindly raise your hand so we can give you the mic. Yeah, okay.
Good morning. My name is Zainaba. I'm chairperson from Comoros.
Thank you so much, Comoros. You're welcome. Any other country that was not in the room when we were doing introductions? Angola? Okay. So I think we're done with the introductions for the chapters. Angola and Djibouti, we still have not introduced you. At the back? Yes, okay. That's Djibouti. Okay, so that's Djibouti at the back. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Indadeg Ahmed, and I'm from Djibouti.
Thank you and welcome, Djibouti. So Angola is the only person we have not introduced. So in case Angola comes into the room, and kindly just have her raise her hand and they can introduce themselves. Thank you. So Winnie will take the floor. Welcome.
Good morning. I hope all of us slept well. My role here is very simple. We discovered yesterday in the hustle and bustle of being ladies, we forgot to introduce our lovely moderator. Has she been awesome? So our lovely lady is Mwanaulu Isa Mwajita. She is a director, trade facilitation and policy harmonization, Intergovernmental Standing Committee on Shipping. We call it in short ISCOS. So Ms. Mwanaulu ISCOS basically promotes the shipping and maritime interests of its member states and the region at large. She has previously worked for Kenya Trade Network Agency, KenTrade, as a principal business analyst and project manager for the Kenya Maritime Single Window System project, which automated the ship-to-shore clearance processes for the maritime stakeholders at the port of Mombasa and the Marine Cargo Insurance Project. She has over 15 years hands-on work experience in the port and shipping sector, specializing in maritime sector system automation projects for government to government and government business systems for shipping, port, trade and logistics stakeholders, with a key specialization in single window systems and trade facilitation. She is an MSc degree in maritime affairs, specializing in shipping management and logistics from the famous World Maritime University, an MSc degree in information systems, Lund University, Sweden, and a BSc degree in computer science, Kampala International University, Uganda. Ms. Mwanaulu is certified in Prince 2 Project Management and is a member of the Nautical Institute and the Women in Maritime Eastern and Southern Africa WOMESA Kenya chapter. She also serves as a board member of the WMU Women's Association, is secretary to the Mentorship Committee of WOMESA Kenya, and is the chair of Technical Committee on Shipping, Ports and Logistics of the Association of Maritime Professionals Kenya. We are in safe hands in the hands of our moderator. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Winnie, for introducing me. Yes, I think in the hustle and bustle, we forgot about myself. Okay. So we can proceed with the program today. So the first part was the recap of what we did yesterday. So as you remember, as you recall, yesterday we had quite a number of speakers in the first session. We had IMO, where we had Mr. Azu making a presentation, and if you recall, he really focused on the issues about supporting women and the programs related to women in maritime. Basically, he did let us know that it is quite important to use data or statistics, and going forward, probably this is what is going to inform policy. And so we as chapters or as WOMESA, we need to make use of data. I think the issue about data analytics is quite key. So we need to look at what kind of data are we generating. Do we have information about the women, the professionals in our country? And do we know what they do, where they're located, and what can we use all this information in planning, so that then when we are, let's say 10 years from now, 5 years from now, as far as programs or UN Decade of Ocean Science, we're able to say this is what we did in terms of the women in maritime. He also spoke about the core values and what we as individuals need to then ensure we promote as far as our personal skills and professional skills. We also had Madam PS Nancy Karigidu, who definitely, her presentation was quite key. She spoke about women inclusion, the disparities as far as equal access to opportunities and resources as far as the women in the blue economy are concerned. She highlighted the issues affecting women in the maritime sector, including climate change, which is a key factor. We need to also look at how, as women in maritime, do we tackle the issue of climate change, because this is also affecting our economic sustainability. The fisher folk, the degradation of the environment. So how do we as women in maritime protect our environments? How do we bring on board the communities living around us to be able to understand and to prepare for the future? She also spoke about the need to have more women, particularly at policy-making organs, in order to ensure that we make strides in the sector. Some of the action points that she raised that we need to focus on is, one, educational opportunities, particularly in STEM. How do we then ensure that we have younger or a younger workforce, or even the existing workforce? How do we enhance the skills, and how do we rope in new entrants into the maritime sector, and how do we marry science, particularly STEM? As per my introduction, you can notice I am a computer scientist, but I am not a geek, so I decided to marry the computer science with maritime, having worked from the port sector. So this is where we're seeing new opportunities, particularly when it comes to training. Yes, we have the nautical sciences, which are quite important, but how do we look at the future opportunities, and how do we position ourselves to be able to gain from those opportunities? We also had quite a number of speakers speaking about gender mainstreaming, and how we need to also have audit systems as well as diversity in order to become more sustainable as far as the blue economy sectors. We also had Dr. Jacqueline Uku, the chair of WOMSA, who gave us quite a good presentation, particularly on the soft skills as well as the leadership and what we as women need to prepare for in the future, and how do we conduct ourselves so that we are able then to be change agents to other women or to other people joining the sector without leaving behind the male, so that then we're pushing our policies, but how do we bring the men to sit on the table with us and also make our voices known without being too abrasive? We had Madam Sepiso speaking about building an economic sustainable community with mainstreaming of gender, and she focused on the need to support each other, professional capacity building, and the importance of maritime education and training, and the opportunities that then the women in maritime need to upgrade their skills in order to move forward. We also had from Ms. Patricia Davis, and she spoke quite extensively on what the UK has been doing as far as the Maritime 2050 agenda, which focuses on inclusivity, diversity, and some of the actions they have taken, like having a database of speaker panels and the boards in the various sectors reflecting diversity and equality for women. She also gave us a brief overview of the UK policy framework that cuts across all departments, not only the maritime sector, to ensure that then they're moving forward and they're bringing more women into the professional arena. Madam Funmi Folorenzo, who is one of the founding members and from the Association of African Ship Owners, she gave us quite a good presentation and joked our minds and gave us food for thought on maritime connectivity, the opportunities as far as the African African Continental Free Trade Agreement. How do we make use of partnerships between the maritime administrations, the ship owners, the stakeholders, for example, with MESA? How do we ensure that then we interact with the regional economic commissions to ensure that then we have a sustainable blue economy going forward? And how can we then, as MESA, position ourselves to be able to gain from these economic opportunities? I believe those are some of the lessons and some of the presentations that were made yesterday. Thank you. So we come to the end of the recap. We can now start with the presenters for today. I would have the honor of introducing Ms. Lydia Ngugi, who is our first speaker of the day. Ms. Lydia has been engaged in the shipping and maritime industry throughout her career. She's an advocate of the High Court of Kenya and a maritime lawyer, having trained at the International Maritime Law Institute, IMO in Malta. She holds a specialization in the field of maritime environmental law on matters climate change and contract negotiation and the implementation and governance in the shipping and maritime industry. Ms. Lydia has worked with both the private and public organizations as an international maritime lawyer. She has work experience with the IMO as a consultant on marine environmental law issues, and also she has also previously worked for a shipping line, Worklines International Kenya, and SECO Alpha Logistics Kenya as the legal marine compliance manager in charge of the fleet. Lydia is currently the head of Maritime Technical Cooperation Center for Africa, MTCC Africa, which is a project that is funded by the European Union and implemented by the IMO under the auspices of the global MTCC network, whose mandate is capacity building for climate mitigation in the maritime shipping industry. She's also a member of WIMESA Kenya chapter. I have the pleasure of requesting for Lydia to come on stage. Kindly give her a round of applause.
Thank you very much, Mwanaulu, for the introduction and the beautiful job that you have been doing. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good morning. Thank you. My name is Lydia Ngugi, head of MTCC Africa. I will begin with an address from our Vice Chancellor, J.K. Watt University, who could not make it to this forum, and I will read her address as is. So if you'll give me a few minutes, then after that I can continue with my presentation. Thank you. This address is on behalf of Professor Victoria Wambui Ngumi, who is the Vice Chancellor, J.K. Watt University of Agriculture and Technology, during the International Maritime Organization International Day for Women in Maritime. This is held on the 26th of May, 2022. Therefore, we begin with the role of international organizations linked to the role of higher education. The role of institutions of higher learning in advancing maritime education and training in support of SDG 5 Africa and the regional perspective. In J.K. Watt, that is the university, we note that there is a lot of untapped potential in the maritime sector, and the best way to sustainably exploit this is by institutions of higher learning taking a spear-leading role. This can be achieved through training, capacity building, technology transfer, innovation, and validation of various technologies touching on the maritime sector. A lot of efforts have been put in this regard. For example, in June 2009, JKUAT hosted the Kenya Maritime Education and Training System Workshop. This was organized by the State Department for Shipping and Maritime Affairs in cooperation with the International Association of Maritime Universities. The main goal of the workshop was to consider steps leading to modern, efficient, and sustainable Kenyan maritime education and training systems, in brackets, Kenya Met. A lot of recommendations and resolutions were arrived at, which were crucial and very supportive to SDG 5 as far as the maritime education sector is concerned. Kenyan institutions responsible for curriculum development should work together with the Maritime Authority for the accreditation of all maritime-related curricula and to provide mechanisms for quality assurance. There is need to ensure that there are established mechanisms to ensure all sophisticated training facilities are made available to all Kenyan maritime education and training institutions. In addition to this, it is important to note that professional associations such as WOMESA and other reputable associations bring together much needed maritime expertise for further development of the maritime sector. There is need for the Kenyan maritime education training systems to engage actively in and to promote international student mobility and to establish institutional collaboration on the national and international level. The JKUAT story, basically looking at the JKUAT trajectory in terms of maritime. The university has made significant steps as far as maritime education and training is concerned, as well as being on the front of research, capacity building, and technology transfer. For example, the initially EU-funded Maritime Technology and Cooperation Center for Africa, MTCC Africa, is hosted at the JKUAT Mombasa campus. The center has continued to conduct research and build capacity for climate change mitigation in the maritime and shipping sector. The project lead, needless to say, is a lady. I will read as is. The project lead, needless to say, is a lady of great repute in maritime law elements. In addition to this, we also have the BSc Marine Engineering offered by the College of Engineering and Technology, accredited by the Engineering Board of Kenya. This is a first of its kind in the country, and over the years, the program has managed to attract credible female students. We have a variety of female students who now work in international waters, and this has been the great effort of ensuring that maritime education and training is definitely in the forefront, while ensuring that SDG 5 is also being promoted. In addition to this, the university has maintained constant engagement with the Kenyan Maritime Authority for quality assurance and insights on latest maritime international standards and expectations. In addition to this, the university has also worked very closely with the State Department of Shipping and Maritime, and with this regard, we definitely thank Madam PS for her support. In order to expand our maritime academic portfolio, the university notes that we need to develop additional maritime programs which will be for benefit of capacity building world over and internationally, regional considerations being put in place as well. JKUAT University is looking into the final stages of introducing the BSc Nautical Sciences, BSc Naval Architecture, and a variety of master's programs in line with the maritime sector. This will further improve the international mobility of our students, expand collaboration and joint research opportunities, enhance capacity building and information sharing through student and staff exchange programs. As an institution of higher learning, JKUAT Mombasa campus is now fully certified to offer courses titled under the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, ICS, in the line of short courses in the elements of Certificate in Shipping Management, Foundation in Shipping Management, Advanced Diploma in Shipping, and Professional Qualifying Examinations. The university has continued to strengthen private and public partnerships in the maritime sector and continues to seek similar collaborations. As I conclude, this institution of higher learning cuts across the continent and must consolidate experiences to promote other institutions of maritime training programs as a whole in order not to work in lacunas. Maritime courses need to be marketed and branded as an area for all genders. The number of women venturing into maritime courses is increasing, but the numbers are still significantly low. Thus, there is need for change. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That was the address that had been prepared for the Vice Chancellor. And now I will move to my presentation. There will be a slideshow running with regard to what we have prepared. But as we await the slideshow, that will highlight some of the elements of what the women in the maritime sector affiliated to MTCC Africa have been doing, I think it is prudent and important to introduce MTCC Africa and the technical role that we play in the industry. As per the abbreviation, MTCC Africa stands for the Maritime Technology Cooperation Center for Africa. As you can see on the slideshow, these are some of the reputable women that we work with in the region, and these are some of the quotes that we thought best fit to highlight with regard to the theme of this forum. However, back to the explanation of what MTCC Africa is. It stands for the Maritime Technology Cooperation Center for Africa, and our aim is to build capacity for climate change mitigation in the maritime and shipping industry. MTCC Africa was founded in the year 2007 as an initiative formally and initially spearheaded by the European Union, funded by the European Union, and implemented by the International Maritime Organization. As highlighted, the aim was to build capacity for climate change mitigation in the shipping and maritime industry. This is through the implementation of MAPOL Annex 6, looking into the technical elements. I must highlight that MTCC Africa is under the umbrella of the Global MTCC's network. The Global MTCC's network has representation in various continents world over. For example, Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, Latin America, and the Pacific. As I had highlighted earlier, MTCC Africa is hosted by the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology in consortium with the Kenya Maritime Authority, in consortium with the Kenya Ports Authority, as well as the State Department of Shipping and Maritime. How do we implement our activities? We have a variety of capacity building activities in technical elements through pilot projects. We have had 3 successful pilot projects so far. And how do we achieve the implementation of the pilot projects? We look into elements focused to compliance, capacity building, technology demonstration, outreach, and sustainability. The nexus and the main apex goal is to ensure that we build capacity directly related to the mitigation of the emissions of the greenhouse gases in the shipping and maritime industry. We ensure that we work very closely with governments in the region, and in order to reach out to the entire region, we have a very active and very vibrant focal point network. The aim of the focal point network is to ensure that we maintain liaisons with participants in the African sectors. For example, participants coming from the maritime administrations, ports authorities, as well as relevant line ministries, and supporting international organizations as well as regional organizations. As I relate my presentation to the theme of this forum, you will note that there has been a highlight of ladies who have been very keen in what we do at MTCC Africa. Much as we ensure that we represent the entire region, we have noted that it is very important and prudent to promote SDG 5, which is part of the United Nations Sustainable Goals, as we also look into elements of sustainability of the future. We are aware that, without being biased, we are aware that women play a very crucial role in the maritime industry, and they also help in bringing on board policies that are in support of the entire gender world over. Therefore, we definitely thank WOMESA region for consideration of this forum as we look forward to promote the women agenda and as we look forward to build the blue economy. Thank you very much. My name is Lydia. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much, Lydia. Refreshing information on climate change. I think we have now all, by now we should all know what the MTCs do, and we can see it's a global network. So there's quite a number of opportunities as far as climate change and initiatives to do with climate change, of course being driven by the IMO. I have been informed Angola is in the house. While we were doing the introduction for the chapters, they had not stepped in. So Angola, kindly raise your hand so you can be introduced. Okay. Microphone support. Okay, let me just come to you. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, sisters. That's how we greeted. Sorry we're not here very early. As you all know, we're all women, and we also had another meeting going on in our country. So we had to be here and be there at the same time. But we're here today, and once again we say thank you for inviting us. We don't have it yet, but we're here to learn so that we can be able to establish WOMESA Angola. WOMESA in Angola doesn't exist, but we've been invited to come, to join, to learn, to see what has been done, what can we do together. Yesterday, we were very glad that by all the presentations that were made, and we had also opportunity to ask that all members should look at us and also remember that Angola is a country that speaks Portuguese. English is not our first language, so many things that have been said we also sometimes struggle to understand because it's not our first language and it's also not our second language. But we believe that together we will be able to get opportunities to also have training in Portuguese. Because Angolan women, they also want to join. They also want to learn. They also want to be a part. We don't want to be left out. In order for us to achieve that, is for us to join in, and with your help, you'll be able to have formation, education, and everything for us. So thank you for inviting us. I'm Mara Neto from Angola. I work at Port of Lobito. Port of Lobito is in the south of Angola. So I'm very glad to be here, and once again, thank you for the invitation. I'm going to give the microphone to my colleague. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Morning, everyone. My name is Maria Fuzetti, and I'm Angolan too. I work at Maritime Authority of Angola, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Angola. You're welcome. Clearly, you have work to do, and I believe you're in the right place. I believe you'll be able to network with all the chapters to be able to set up. And I believe the IMO have also heard your plea as far as the Portuguese language, so materials, I think, will be provided in that language. Thank you. So before we move to the next presenter, who is the representative of the Kenya Maritime Authority Director General, we had a request from the chapters to have a photo So Johan, if you can kindly step up and we then coordinate that photographer. So we will have the photos. Just a minute. Country by country, and then we will have the final photo with all the chapters. So we can go again in alphabetical order. Kindly come forward to the stage so that then we can have background. So first country, Angola. Advantage of being the first letter in the alphabet. To be followed by Comoros and then Djibouti. Can I have yes, that's at the background. Okay. Yeah, first the two of you and then. Okay. Yeah, we have as well. So Angola, Comoros, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Kenya. So we've only had Angola. So Djibouti is done? Okay. Oh, Djibouti is here. Okay. You're alone, Madam President. Followed by Ethiopia. Okay. Okay. Madam President. Okay, we will come back to Ethiopia. So Kenya? Oh, you're many. You're the host. Oh, including myself. Yeah, I'll go up. We have everyone up first. Thank you, Kenya. Since you're more, I think you will pay the photographer. As Kenya exits Madagascar, sorry. Malawi, please. To be followed by Mauritius. Okay. Mauritius. Libya, then Seychelles, then Somalia. How are you? Nice to see you today. Somalia. Somalia, then South Africa. Careful. Okay. So after Somalia, South Africa, then Tanzania? Yeah. Oh, she's here. Okay. Okay, so let me have. So before South Africa, we will have Ethiopia. They had missed out, sorry about that. So after South Africa, we now move to Tanzania, then Uganda. So Uganda to be followed by Zambia, then Zimbabwe. Who wants to adopt Uganda? She's alone. Okay. Yes. So Zambia.